we can change our life totally with a pen and a piece of paper. That's all.
Oh, wow.
That's where it started for me.
You mean journaling?
No journaling. It's creating my life consciously. So basically, I take a piece of paper and I start to write down every aspect of my life, how I want that aspect to be. From the house that I want to live in, the city that I want to live in, the partner that I want to have, the children that I want to have, how these relationships can be, from clothes, jewelry, health, emotion, inner state, like everything in detail.
Hello, everyone. My name is Salma Noreen, and today we have another special guest with us who will be inspiring us a lot, especially the girls who are into their 20s to maybe 30s. They will be loving this episode, I can bet. So, I will give the mic to my friend. She will be introducing herself better. So, how you will tell about yourself that who you are?
Hi, nice to meet you. Nice to meet your audience. I love to be here. I'm Florentina Gionea. I'm a spiritual life coach for over 16 years now. And I like to create and give a lot of insights about femininity, abundance, how to make more money, how to manifest like a queen, how to glow like a goddess. So today I'm going to give a lot of value in this podcast. So everybody has to stay with us until the end.
Amazing. So one thing I will ask from my guest because I read about her that she was like us once. That she started new stuff like salon, and she failed in 2 months, like everyone else. So how you ended up with the $10,000 and that, and then how you just get rid of that situation? Because I guess that that was very hard financial, mental, emotional situation. You will have self doubts. That's one thing, but now you have to pay the
Money back,
money.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
So actually, that's the story of my spiritual awakening, because
Can you go with
yes,
more
yeah,
depth?
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
we'll
please.
go in. So I come from a background where my father was violent. So he was beating us, me, my mother, and so on for years. And my mom didn't have the courage to leave. And then I left for college, and she remained at home with my siblings. And one day she got so beaten that she knew she's gonna die, and she has two options: either she packs her stuff, take my two little sister, and leave the city, either stay there and died. That was her aha moment. Like, if I don't make this, because they were like in a toxic relationship forever, 20, 30 years now. And she packed all the stuff and she came to the capital city to live with me. And then my brother joined. And now I'm in a family of five and I have to support everybody financially. And at that time, I was a student. I was just starting to work on TV because I was a newbie. The paycheck wasn't great. So I had to support everything with rent, food, school. My mom couldn't adapt because I don't know, she was maybe too traumatized. And she took her maybe 3 years to find a job. So at one point where I was like, I remember I was in the TV station in the makeup room where everybody's doing the makeup for the TV presenters and so on. I was working in the back end, not in the front of the camera. So one of the ladies says, I have a beauty salon to sell. Who wants to buy it? And I said, I'm going to buy it. I had no money. I had zero money. So in 2 weeks, I just managed somehow to text some friends that I knew they had money to borrow me some money. So I took 1,000 from here, 2,000 from here, 1,000 from here. In 2 weeks, I had the 10,000. Now, big mistake. If you are in business, don't do this. I didn't hire a proper lawyer to do my papers. So we did the papers written by hand between us. I didn't have the expertise at that time to check the papers if the company has debt. And I remember while we were doing these important papers, I had one of the hairdressers in the salon arranging my hair. So this is a big no. Then we discovered with an accountant that actually the company had debt. But I was so desperate to get out of that
But how you
situation.
come to know that that company had that
In the
after
accountant's
getting?
papers,
Oh,
you can
oh,
look. But
okay.
I took the accountant after I signed, after I gave money. One day, because I had to pay another rest of the money for those ladies. and we discovered that the company has debt, we have decided that we need to go to get a lawyer. But meanwhile, they came inside, they took everything, the furniture, everything.
Oh
They just
my
left some,
God.
yeah, they left some products on the floor and my bed massage. And I wasn't there because I was in a trip with some business thing. I don't remember what I was doing then. And my mom was there, was very sick because she got scared of the situation. And one of them said, okay, let's call the ambulance. The other one was saying, no, leave her die, which was very insane. So after that, we went to.
So they ruined your all business.
Yes, they took everything from inside because they were considering that I still have to give them money. So I was about to give them 3,500 euros, and her debt was like 10,000 euros. So basically, I gave them around almost 7,000 euros or less, and they also left me with 10,000 in debt in the company. So the company should be transferred on my mom's name. And then we went to court. We paid a lawyer because something has to happen. Unfortunately, nothing happened because the company wasn't transferred on my mom's name. I lost all the money in 2 months, and they got all the things from inside the salon. So not even now, no one knows what happened with that company. And the point is that after that, I had to give back all the money that I was borrowing.
Yeah, exactly.
So we were doing membership massages, and there were people texting us, hey, you closed the salon, I paid for your membership, I need my money back.
Oh no.
So even though it was very, very hard, I was giving everybody the money back. I was like working so crazy to get the money. But the worst thing about it is that I got a burnout and an emotional shock, and I was feeling physically unable. I was like a dead walking body. And I had to be the strongest one in the all family crisis and situation that we were in.
How old were you that time?
It was 2011, maybe I was 25, 26, something like that, very young.
And
My sisters were like, one, it was 7 years old, and the other one was 14 years old. So they're still in school.
oh no. And then how mama managed everything?
She still was in shock. Everybody was in shock because we lost everything, but we still had to continue with our lives. But the problem is that I was out of life. I didn't have life in me, and I was checking all the doctors possible, and no one was saying you're perfectly healthy. You have no problem. And I was spending a lot of money on medication.
Tests were all clear that you have nothing, no problem medically.
I was
But actually, you were upset mentally or
yes, I was depleted of
emotionally.
energy. Yeah, I didn't have energy in myself anymore. So I met two shamans that they were doing energy work. They were energy workers, and I went to talk to them, and they started to do energy work with me, work on my field, to restore my emotions, help me to release trauma, and so on. And after that, I just got on the spiritual path that took me where I am today, 16 years later.
So you worked for 16 years to.
I'm a spiritual coach for 16 years. So I was working with those people maybe six months. So they gave me all the type of supplements. They restored my energy, my aura, my meridians, and I started to feel very, very good.
So, from my understanding, these guys are usually psychiatrists.
No, they are energetic therapists. They do more like aura healing, chakras, meditation, all these things that now are trending. I was doing them back in 2011.
Oh, okay, that's amazing. Okay, so I want to ask one more question. I think that this question will be question of many girls or many women because only you can answer. But if you are okay to answer, because I don't want to hurt you at all.
It's okay.
So is it fine?
Yeah, okay, please.
So how your mother means you all were only females. So how you guys managed or how you means it was starting life from scratch and all of a sudden you got a big shock again.
Yes, yes.
And then
our
the people
brother-
are coming in the salon and they're just throwing things or taking things. It was reminding you the past stuff what you already left behind while you just ran away from there. So how you guys managed overall as a family and how you guys manage your financial stuff?
when you live like in abuse, somehow you are used to it. So for us, it was another hard thing to pass. My mom was very affected emotionally. She was like crying. My sisters, they were a bit affected, but being kids in school, it's a bit different. My brother was with us also in the house, and he's trying to balance the things, but he was a bit focusing on his work and help a bit the family financially. In terms of finances, I don't know how he made it, but I know it's one of the hardest lessons that I learned, that God showed me, is that it doesn't matter in what situation you are in, money for strictly necessary things will always show up for you. So I was going to this therapy thing. They were continuing their lives. I was having some extra jobs and extra curriculums so I can move forward, until one day I quit my job because I couldn't go to the office anymore. So I have so many crazy stories to tell you.
Yeah. I can imagine and I can feel it. And I'm so sorry that you face this all stuff, or your mother or your
Yeah, thank you so
siblings face
much.
this.
It means so much coming from a female woman, because I think there is in my lifetime, it was only one another woman that told me, I'm sorry for what happened to you.
You guys never deserve this. Your mother, your siblings, they never deserve this all, whatever ever happened. Well, I have a question. If you can answer, or if you are comfortable to answer, that's up to you. Else we can skip it.
Yeah, yeah,
And
it's
totally up
okay.
to
Go
you.
for it.
Okay, my question is that your mama, okay, she waited for 30 years maybe before she actually took the step, okay? And I know that other than the woman, there is one more, one more species, that's frog. Frog does this thing usually, that if you put the frog in boiling water, okay, so he will keep adjusting his body temperature,
Yeah,
okay, until
it's
there
getting
will be a
boring.
time that he will not be able to adjust more temperature, and also he will lose the energy to jump out. So if he jump out initially, maybe he can save his life, but mostly he die. So this is actually 100% same like means same for the females as well. It's not about one country or one
Yeah, it's like a
age.
general topic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in many countries, in many ages, girls accept abuse because they have to accept abuse. It's not like they like it or they're comfortable with. Actually, they are having fear of society, fear of kids' future.
so we were advising my mom since I was 13 years old. I was telling, just get a divorce.
You were
Yeah,
13.
yeah, I was 13 when I was telling her. Either my aunt, her sister, just took her by hand and put her in a court, and they divorced, and then she still got back. So I asked her, like now, recent years, I said, why didn't you left? It was obvious that he was abusing all of us. And she was like, I didn't see any other option, because when you live with an abuser, they just put you in a box, and they shape your vision that you don't have any, you think you don't have any other options. For example, the narrative was like, you'll never find someone to take you with for kids. No one will look at you as a woman anymore. You are. She was belittle her. How do I say the word? She was making her feel very small all the time. So you cannot leave that situation when people are doing this to you. And then when, because the universe and God leaves you in this situation for a while, but then when you hit the maximum point and you don't see your lessons and you don't understand what's happening to you, then the universe gives you like a harder slap so you can live. So basically, that last beaten was her last slap from the universe to say, hey, leave. And after that, she was like, maybe after 5 years after, she was like, I can't believe I stayed in that situation so long.
It's so true. So I have two more questions here. That what was the last thing that finally she could gain the courage to leave?
She didn't gain the courage, she was forced to. She
Okay.
just realized it's either I die and I leave my children behind, and my mom is like a children person. And if you see her, she's so beautiful and so
All mothers are
wonderful,
same. Yeah.
and like literally an amazing woman. She just had to realize in 1 second that she has to leave, and she left.
That's
Thanks God,
amazing.
finally she did
And
it.
then she got support little bit from kids and little bit from her family, so she managed somehow like this. Okay, that's amazing. Okay, I have a question for the girls. I hope that many girls have this question, that how to recognize that you are getting you are being abused, or you are getting you are with an abuser. Because what I heard or what I know so far is that abuser start from the showing or normalizing things for you. For example, if you have helpful or supporting group, for example, your sisters or your brothers or maybe your friends or maybe your colleagues, okay? So first of all, he will cut all of them from you.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It
you can
depends.
never share with
It
the
depends
yeah.
on the type of the abuser. If he's narcissistic, if he has another traits. But after my mom came and I start my spiritual journey, I start to work with me a lot because it was a lot of fear instilled in my energy body. And from there, I have developed a lot of systems to help women to heal themselves from this kind of trauma. And I also even created a technique called gamma waves reprogramming, that you reprogram your subconscious mind using the gamma brain waves. And there is a specific process that you do, and you just release an old program, an old version of your mindset, and insert a new one. It's like erasing from a cloud and put it back in a cloud, something else. So let me give you an example. These type of traumas are so deep that they can go for you with lifetime, even though you are the person who did a lot of healing work. So let me give you a small example. I recently moved to Dubai. I have maybe 3 months here, and I was sitting one day. I live in a beautiful building with private cinema and so on, and I was sitting in that private cinema, and I was like, it's no big deal that I moved to Dubai. And then I catch myself and I say, why is not big deal that I moved to Dubai? So many people are struggling just to get a place here. And I
It's a
live in
dream
a
life for many.
yes, and I live in a five-star residence and I have my son with me and my family and I can afford this and I was working for this so much and I have developed myself from the countryside girl until the woman that I'm here. Why?
And you are the richest girl in your bloodline who can do whatever she wants to.
Yes.
You have freedom.
Yes, that's true. So while I was thinking about that process, I started to write it down. And I discovered that that was a program from my father, which instilled in me that who are you to achieve that? Or it's no big deal that you got this 10 grade. You could have done better. What can you do better than 10 in school?
Then is the done. Then
So
is the
basically,
last.
that program was with me, and I just released it with the gamma brainwave process. I reprogrammed my subconscious mind, and since then, I'm like, I moved to Dubai. I'm the best because I did this, because I managed, because it took me 12 months to be able to sell all my assets and come here to this country, and I love it, and people are amazing. And this is just a small example of how you can reprogram yourself. But are others which are harder, like because when you live in abusive relationship, you don't believe in men anymore. You don't believe in relationships anymore.
Yeah, yeah. You start hating all the men.
And you don't see a good man anymore because
Yeah. Or you start doubting them. Even someone is honest or good, but you will not believe them.
as you will not believe them. Or if a good person, a good man come in front of you, you will only be able to recognize it because the filters that have been instilled in you were abuse, violence, lack of trust, lack of support, lack of providing. So then it's really important when you have been in this kind of childhood or in a relationship like my mother was, to turn around and look at your energy field and ask yourself what structures I have in me, what frequencies I have in me that I keep attracting this type of people in my life. So when you do that, you start to do a very powerful energy work. For me, it was so hard that I remember that if my phone was ringing, in instant I was in fear that someone is gonna attack me or hurt me. And I was like, okay, this is not okay. I have to observe myself. Why is this happening? I'm in control of my energy now. And I just started to do again the gamma brainwave process. And I just got out of my system all those fear because it was very unpredictable. We didn't know if he will come home and be nice or we have to hide not being beaten for some stupid reason. So there are many things that you need to go into your childhood and work on. And I was working on them like a lot.
So I would be learning more about your gamma technique because that's a new thing for me as well for others. But before that, I have another question. Like you said that it's your own spiritual awakening, it's your self awakening that you know that what's wrong or what's right. Okay, but I heard that the girls who see their mothers in abusive relationship with father, mostly they attract the similar copy of their father. And it happens, some people say that what mother got as luck, the daughters actually get the same way. But I feel that because daughters are used to, and daughters first hero is always father, so actually they attract the guys who are 100% copy of their father. And because he was beating his wife, their mother, so they think that this is all fine. Okay, so how to just separate things, that what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, and how to attract the opposite,
Yeah.
not the same thing.
So I
Yeah.
always set a standard for myself. If a man will always hit me, even one slap, he's out of my life forever. I don't care if I love him or if we have kids together or something. If he slaps me once, that's the reason that he's out. So if you set yourself this kind of standard, as I did, somehow you cut off a part of the big chunk of the abuse because you set yourself a standard and you don't accept it. Then you said something really important about how you attract that man, and I want to explain you the energetic structure of the man that you attract. So when we are children, we have this energetic model, that energy that it's imprinted in us that creates our feminine model and our masculine model. So that masculine model I call the inner man. It's created by our father, the masculine figures that we saw in the house, maybe grandfathers or brothers or uncles. So basically the masculine figures that were next to us. So, for example, I had a client once, she was maybe in her 40s, and she was struggling with some sexual problems. And we dived deep in inner meditation, and we discovered that her uncle, which was the husband of her sister, was kind of having some sexual hints with her. And when she went to talk to that with the sister didn't believe her. So from there, this blockage happened in her energy field, and we had to clear that. Going back to the story with how you have this pattern, like I said, it's the father, uncles, grandpa, everything that goes around. Now, the question is, if my father left or died, or I just grew up with my grandfather, your grandfather becomes your masculine role model plus the other men around. This happens maybe until 12 years or 13 years, because after that the society starts to program us, and now even earlier on social media, how men should be like. And depends on how these guys are treating the teenagers, they will form another opinion about men. So then we hit our 20s or 30s and we want to get married and have a family, and we don't understand why it's not working, or why don't we find a committed person. That means we have to look at our pattern and energy and set some standards for us.
Okay, I have a question here that about the standards, about the patterns. Sometimes it happens that society, your they, because abuse is not only one time someone bad luck they got and they just got the bad guy or the bad girl, and they just have no. It always come with the generations. One generation got extreme level abuse, next generation maybe got less abuse, like this way. Okay,
And there are people
so
who are cutting it like my generation. I
yeah.
don't allow. But there is also another type of abuse, which is the emotional abuse.
Yeah, that's what I was about to talk. That there are the guys or there are the fathers who are good 80% in many things. Like they will be sending their kids in the best schools. They will be providing you very luxury lifestyle. Okay, you will have nice home and nice everything. But somehow they will just make your mind that you are not allowed to meet your family, meet your friends, or do your work or you're not allowed to focus on any career at all, because I'm just doing everything for you, so you are not, because they are actually cutting your wings. And you don't realize this. You always forgive them, thinking that no, it's okay, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's doing 100 nice things. It's
Yeah,
okay
it's
if he's saying
compensating.
that
Yeah,
one thing.
it's the
Yeah.
compensation effect. Basically, this type of men, they are weak, and because they are weak, they need some other woman energy so they can control, so they can feel strong.
They can satisfy their ego.
Yes, and also their need of power. So if I offer everything to this woman into my family and I can control them, that means they will never leave me, or they will give me a good social status, or some of them are just energy suckers. They want to get the life out of you because they cannot live on their own life, and that's because they don't have a spiritual practice. They don't turn to the divine to discover their own powers, and then they choose to control women. And also, it's feminine and masculine heritage. Like, his father was doing the same, he copied the same model, he has to repeat it. For women, it's easier because they wake up spiritually faster and they heal faster. Men, because of their ego, they put everything that means self development, they put all those things aside and they think that they are good the way they are, even though maybe they are not. I don't want to generalize because also there are a lot of good men, but I'm talking of this specific category of hidden abusers. So basically, they are trying to control the woman, and when the woman gets her power back and she realizes, I can do all this without you, you don't have to constrain me, then his world will crash and lose everything.
Yeah, but the point is that they will not be happy at all in any situation. For example, they will not allow you to work, but when you are not giving them money, so you are just burden. Why they should keep you? Their question is like this. They will not allow to go for the latest fashion or nice dresses, nice makeup, nice
Yes,
haircut.
still from
They will not
fear.
allow you
Yes.
because they want you to look like mid or just be like mid. But then they will just feel guilty when their friends have nice models type of wives. Then they will have problem that why my wife is like this, or they will start thinking that I deserve the better wife. Why this girl is my wife?
They, the first type, when they don't let her show up her best beauty, her best version, is because they know what they have. They know the quality of that woman, and when she will show up on her best version, another man stronger than him, powerful than him, will take that woman away. That's the first part. The second one is like, I'm belittling this woman that I have and I keep her small, but in the same time, I crave for the model part, the status and the high energy that the other woman has. The other woman has that energy because her man invested in her without controlling her, without keeping her small or cutting off her wings.
So my question was that how women can be awake or aware of this situation, that where they are being abused but they don't know actually. Usually many women, I think, maybe, if I'm not wrong, because I don't know exact the stats, okay, but I feel that maybe 80% women are being abused and they don't know even. They feel, okay, when you will tell them that, oh, you don't work, they will say that because my husband wants me to live like a princess. No, it's not. He's cutting your wings. You
It
should have your own
depends.
money.
It
Yeah.
depends. Can be also men that they are cutting your wings and control you, but there are also men that they just want to provide for their wives, and these wives have the freedom. They have the freedom to travel, they have the freedom to create, they have the freedom to take care of the house.
If in that case, if they have all the money without any issue, or they can choose work or not, it's their choice. If they don't want to work, yeah.
Between these two type of men is that the woman which is with the man who is providing, she has the financial means. If she wants to leave the relationship, she will have the money to handle herself. The other one won't have the money, and that's financial control. So basically, I control you financially, I control you emotionally. If there is physical abuse, even worse. And then, because many women ask themselves this question, why should I invest my energy and my youth in this man? So I end up after maybe 10 years or 15 years or 20 years of relationship with nothing and with some kids that I have to grow. I wasted my potential, I wasted my energy, I wasted everything. And now this man wants to have it all, but what's the price for it? What's the price of my life, my energy, and my time? And also, if someone is listening by mistake to this podcast, to set an intention. Divine, God, whatever you believe in, show me if I'm in an abusive relationship. And you'll find the answers like in days.
Come again?
You have to set an intention. My intention is to find out that if in this moment I am in an abusive relationship, I want to know. And you will receive the answer. Something will happen. Intentions are the most powerful tools of manifestation.
But I just noticed that the girls are suffering, but they don't know they're suffering. And then the plus thing is that they always keep hiding it because they think that people will judge if they will tell. They don't seek help on time. If they tell, means, for example, if you are facing something and you open up in front of me, and if I don't judge or if you don't have fear of judgment, then maybe I can tell you from my angle that you are being abused and these are your options, or we can think about this.
Yes, the point is that you can't do that. Because I do this work as a certified coach for over 16 years now, and you can't tell a person she's abused. She needs to see it.
She needs to say it, but I don't know how to make this comfortable environment where the girls can open up on time, because until look, for example, if your mama would leave your father early ages, maybe you would be only one kid, not multiple. Okay, the other thing could be that maybe she could be mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, spiritually strong enough to handle that one kid, or maybe could move on in life at least.
It also has to do with generational abuse.
And there is one more thing is that because it all didn't only affect her brain, but it actually affected all of siblings, all of your
Yeah, of
siblings,
course, we all
all
had to
kids.
do self work and energy work.
Exactly.
But these women don't know better. Let me tell you a story. There was a guy which was in our family circle close, and he was courting me. And one day I say, okay, I'll give him a chance to take me out for a coffee. So because he was close to us, he had access to our family in the house. So they have decided that I want to go out with him just for a coffee. I enter in the house and I see him on the couch with another woman in my mom's house. I saw him, my face dropped. I was like, okay, because I already doing spiritual work. I said, keep your calm. I was like setting my intention. God, please show me why situation is happening. I need to know. 2 minutes later, my grandma is touching the knee of the girl and saying, Mother, be good to each other. Because my husband, like my grandfather, it was such an asshole. I was having small babies at home and he was bringing women in the house, letting them know that I'm his sister. As I drank, then I went back to my meditations, my energy work. I cleared all that pattern from my system, from my energy. Because every time that something happens, I always check it out to see is there something that resonates with me, something that I have to clear, or and that was shocking how hard is the heritage that we receive from abusive relationships.
Yeah, and there is one more thing I want to discuss here, that sometimes this reason is that the girls have fear. Like, okay, you were strong enough, you thought that you can find another guy, if not him, it's okay, you don't need to compromise on things, or you don't need to lower your standards. But there are many girls that who can't have this courage. Like, for example, there was a joke. They call it joke, but I feel it's serious. They said that there was a woman and she got married, and it was the 1 or 2 months. The husband, he was actually so rude to her, and he was like not uh, good in the behavior. Okay, so she decided divorce. Her family supported her and she got divorced. Okay. So she just told her family once that he actually behaves like if I'm doormat, like this. So they said, okay, no problem. It's okay. You can get divorced. She got married again. So the next guy, he had behavior issues as well. He was always disrespecting her. but this man is also saying bad words about her in front of other people, and she was having double hard time now. So she talked her family again, and she said that I want divorce. So family supported her, so she got divorce again. So third time she actually went to another guy. Okay, so this third guy brought a third abusive category plus, means like two uh, previous ones, and then the third abusive habit as well. So she went the fourth time and the fifth time. And the fifth time, what happened that someone met her and asked her that, is your fifth husband is good? She said no. But actually, I accepted this reality as it is. Now, even he is beating me, he's not giving me money, he is just abusing me, he's disrespecting me, but I'm just tired of going for the man. Yeah, so I'm fine. So, yeah, people usually call it like a joke, but I feel that, yeah, this is something woman has in their mind, that if they will be keep rejecting the people, the guys, especially, or the guys' families, maybe they will end up being all alone. And then how they will.
We don't have to be afraid of being alone. For example, a woman, I think she should prefer to be all alone and have an amazing life and be happy than being beaten and abused. Now, here in this story, even though it's a joke, there is some truth. The first truth is that she had to clear some of their energy and some of her wounds, because what you said, one of them was humiliation. So basically, when she was a child, she was humiliated, and this humiliation continued towards her relationship until she had the possibility to see. So in relationship, we have two ways. One way it's evolving. We see there is a problem, we fix it, we solve it, we move towards to it, and at the end we feel like we have evolved. Or we're going worse, like this example that you gave, where the energy is going down and it's getting worse, worse, and worse because we choose not to see what we need to modify in our energy structure. For example, she should have like a standard: nobody hits me. And before I marry you, I need to test you. Because not all men, but more of them, many of them are lying. I'm gonna do that for you, and then they get married, they change the entire attitude. And
Most
then
of the men, I think all of the men.
yeah, let's don't say, because maybe some of them, a
It's
few
like
of them.
CV. It's like CV. People lie in the CV, but when they get job, they are actually different person, not
Yes,
like the
and that's
CV.
happening because when we are getting married and when we are dating, we are in two different type of energy. So when we get married, there is an energy egregore that activates, and that energy egregore activates all the patterns in energy from the family of the bride and the family of the groom. So starting that moment, that's why it's really important to analyze also how the family were before. If the family were abusive or not, if they are supporting each other or destroying each other, if they're uplifting or belittling each other. So it's really important to look at many factors before you get married. And then I recommend to have a religious or a spiritual union, because when you do that in that marriage, the divine energy will show up and will help you to clear the energy, will help you to evolve. And you have to treat your relationship even more serious than your business. If you in your business or your work or your career, you're analyzing, what's the work I did? Is it good? Is it bad? How can I do better? How can I improve? There is an evaluation, some KPIs. In love life should be the same. How this thing made you feel? Why are you upset about that? Communicate with me for women and let me know what you want, because usually when you go and ask from men, they will just do it because you ask it. Many women are just expecting the man to read their minds. If he loves me, he will do that for me or that for me. No, he's thinking to something else.
He will do until you are not married.
Depends. There are men who now there is a spiritual movement and self-development movement that started globally with men, and more men are turned into their mindset, consciousness, meditation, and how to deal with the women, how to please a woman. So I think if women had this 10 to 12 years window where we did a lot of energy work, healing work, and self development and independence, now men have to follow that.
Okay, I have something. Like, for example, you mentioned that you have a brother. Okay, I noticed that if there is a father abusive, okay, abusive father, okay, and the guy who see his mother getting means being abused by father, so mostly that boy change or try to change himself and try to become a nice yeah, better husband. Okay, so my question is that do you believe that okay, girls start getting afraid with from the man, okay, they start thinking that maybe all men are that bad, but the men, the abusive families or the broken families guys, mostly they try to be nice partners in future.
My brother is, I think, one of the exceptions in this because he wasn't affected by the beating how I was affected because my love language was touch. So every time when someone touch me, hugs me, and so on, that's an act of love for me. That's how I perceive it. So being beaten in this situation, it's very hard because this is the love language that is created for you. With my father was different because I was asking him, why did this didn't affect you so much? He said, no, I'm stronger than him. He can't do anything, and he's married now, and he never, not even arguing with his wife. Like they discussing, they have such a harmonious relationship. They have a wonderful baby. So
Your brother.
yes, so
That's amazing.
he's kind of a different person, but also his relationship with my mother was different than our relationship with my mother. And I think this has to do with the choices that you have to make during your life or in your childhood. For example, he chose and decided that he will never hit a woman. He decided that he will always be respectful, and he kept that word.
So my question, back to your previous answer, that you said that when someone is getting married, so they should see their families first, that how their families are. So yeah, this is true that there can be guys from broken families, from the absent fathers, but they can become or means we can see the examples of the guys who proved themselves as a good partners, even they came from really broken families, their mother left or father left, or father was absent or mother was absent, or maybe they both actually left and they were just all alone, but they worked on themselves and they were nice partners.
These guys value a lot the family, and because the mother was single, he had to be the perfect partner for the mother so she can be happy because someone made her unhappy. And in this process, he learned how to make a one woman happy, and then he started to apply it.
But
When the both parts,
now go to the another window. For example, this is your family. Your brother changed himself from his father. Okay, like now your brother is not copy of your father. Okay, but the girl who came in his life, how she can get this answer that if he is different or the same like the father? Because for her, when she saw your family, that was a broken family. That there was absent
yeah,
father.
we in our family usually we have a good energy. Even though when we were in those hard periods of uncertainty, because like you cannot be beaten 24/7. There are periods when it's happening, there are periods when it's not happening. We had an energy in our family of joy, of cheering, of enthusiasm. I remember we were having parties in a three rooms apartment with 30 people dancing and having fun. So basically, when she came into the relationship, I observing her, she's a lot alike as my mother. But my brother and my mother had a very good relationship. Their relationship was very good between them. And therefore, he developed this very good relationship with his wife. What is different between men and women, boys and girls who are beaten, is that women have a different emotional system and they are more affected than men. Men, then they can say and get the information through their either physical or just mental filter and say, I will be stronger than this and I will overcome this. Instead, women, because of the emotions of fear, they start to hide or protect so they can be safe. A man doesn't need that much to be safe. He's there, outgoing, doing stuff, conquering the world, and so on. He can deal with abuser if maybe he has a warrior archetype. So he will fight that. The, the abuse between men and women is totally different.
So now I will tell you some interesting thing that even I try to create content for women only because I'm woman side. But still we can't control the internet, so maybe the men will be watching us or our episode. So guys, if you are watching us, so you can pass comment so I can see that how many guys watch us actually. So I will be asking a question for the guys now, that because we can't say the abuser can be a woman or the man. So I can believe on equality, or I can say that even equally woman can be abuser as well. Women can be the really dangerous. Yeah, I know that there are mostly nice and the loyal and the very good one, but there can be some greedy, crazy, or disloyal, or the very strange woman that we can't even imagine that, oh, she's woman really, she did really. So yeah, so my question is that there can be guys who will be complaining about the wives, that their wives actually did this and that, blah 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 blah, or maybe the other side of story or other side of the picture, that where they think that they are victim and something wrong happened with them because of their partner. So now my question is that as we see or we say that the girls whose mothers are actually into broken relationships or broken family, or they are facing the abuser, okay, so mostly those girls are not much confident at all. You worked on yourself, so you change your life and you change your lifestyle overall, or you change your overall story than your bloodline. But usually it happens that the girls who saw their mothers beaten, they are always afraid, and actually they got beaten because that's how they just like to be treated, because maybe their blood started accepting this thing as normal. And if they find a guy who is really caring or nice, they actually don't like him. They want
Because
they want some
there
abuser.
is a mismatching between the energy that she was instilled in and the that inner man, that inner masculine that was forming in her field. It's not mismatching with the energy of the good guy. So basically, they are crashing.
Yeah, they are not
They are
compatible.
not
So
compatible.
now
Yeah.
question for the man, how they can find that this girl is not normal, and they should not go for her because she will be ending up with an abuser only, because she doesn't know that she needs healing
Okay.
and she needs to
Yeah.
heal
Yeah.
first. So this is question for both actually, for the man, so they can recognize her initial stages and they can actually skip this
Yes.
girl.
The biggest
Yeah.
problem in relationship for men is that they go fast for having intimate relationships. And while doing that, they forget to look at the woman. So they are so mesmerized the way she looks like, or what's the moment pleasure that they can receive from her, and they don't look at other aspects. Usually, what I observed in men, because I have a lot of experience in working with men too over the years, is that men have this quality to recognize their woman from the beginning. For women, we have like second thought, guessing. Men, I met so many men telling me when I saw her, I knew she was my wife. So now, coming back to your question, if they attract this kind of toxic woman, the first thing they need to do is to look the relationship with their mother. How was the relationship with their mother? How the mother was acting in the house, how the mother was acting with the father, because also there are cheating partners which are females, less than men, but they are. So basically, this good guy which does the thing right and want to be with her, he doesn't get the right standards. He needs to have some standards. I want a woman who is healed. I want a woman who is that. I want a woman. So they need to make a clear.
How he will just know this already, that if he is healed or not, or
When this will happen during their dating phase, because if she changes moods just like that, if she's not serious in her commitments, if she's not answering the phone, I text you now and you have the phone closed all night and you just answer me in the morning.
but let's jump to the girl side now, because she saw her mother in a really worst phase, okay, so now maybe she's just testing that no, the guy should be really kind to me, or he should be like this. So maybe it's not like she's abusive. Maybe she's so soft, and she's so scared already. So maybe she's taking her
Yes,
time.
this is a different
So
situation when
there can be
she,
misjudgment, yeah.
yeah, can be, this is a situation where she's protecting herself. Like, I need to know how much this guy is investing in terms of time, energy, finances, and everything in me, to be sure that he's interested and he wants me. Because usually the guys, they have only this, generally, I don't say all of them, but most of them, if they are not in the phase of their life where they want to create a family, they will just be interested in having an intimate relationship with a woman and then leave. So if a woman have these repeated situations in her life, then she'll be like, why should I even try if I give my best to this guy and then he just disappears or ghosting me or just vanish away? And both men and women should have emotional education. Actually, I never told this publicly, but I'm gonna tell it now. I want to do a dating app, and on this dating app, you should do some relationship courses before you go on the date.
You should do
Yeah,
this.
yeah, it's my plan. I'm gonna
Many
do
girls
it.
need
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
actually.
Many men need
Yeah,
this
many
also.
men need this also.
So
Yeah.
basically, if you want to meet a woman which is high quality and her profile is very well done, she will require you to do some things before, or you will do by yourself some things before you go and meet her, because we are repeating the same patterns when we go in dating, same mistakes, and very rarely we learn from them because we jump from a relationship to another relationship and so on.
Because the girls, they will always complain that actually everyone is the wrong, but they will just never realize that what's wrong with them actually, what they need to fix in themselves, why they are always attracting the wrong stuff.
I don't see it more like what's wrong with me, what's the blame. I see it more like, this is the frequency that I was emitting. Where is this frequency coming from? Is it mine? Is it inherited from my grandmother, like the story I told you before? Is it inherited from my father? Is it inherited from the society? Or is just a frequency that it's coming because it's circling around and I don't have to take it? Okay, I can choose for myself not to take it, but for that means that you have to have a lot of trust in you and a lot of self power and self confidence that you make the right choices and decisions for yourself. And even though you will maybe make the wrong decision, you assume the result.
Okay, so let's go to the another chapter of your life about the money, that how you attract money.
Oh my God, I have so much. We can do an entire podcast of attracting money. I think we are divine beings on earth, and we can create and attract in our life tons of money.
So is it about the means attracting, law of attraction, something like this?
It's more than law of attraction, but all you need to do to change
So
your
I'm more
life.
interested to learn that how this law works, because I read the book, I saw the movie, and I saw many videos on this, but I don't know why it's not working for me. So is it just thinking and things are happening, or what we need to do exactly? Can you please guide? Yeah.
So the law of attraction, it's coming to your field as a frequency match. So basically, if you grew up poor, how I was growing up poor, and in the countryside, and going with animals in the field and so on, and having like sometimes we didn't have money to buy bread or things like that, your money mindset is very low. You ask very low money, you think bad about money, you have a wrong mindset about money. And then I go back to my technique to reprogram your subconscious mind with the gamma brainwaves. I have tons of pages with programs like, I never have enough money, money run away from me. So I just constantly upgrading the way we upgrade some app on my phone. I was upgrading my system with new ideas about money. I have unlimited money coming to me, but these are not affirmations. These are gamma brainwaves, are scientifically proven that they can shift your reality. And there is a famous.
So can you tell me more about this terminology, because this is new for me.
It's
I
new.
will
It's
do
it's not
research,
new for
but
you. It's new for everybody because I have created this.
oh,
So
okay.
basically, I'm
So
going to write a book about it.
ah, okay, that's
The
amazing. So can you just guide us
yeah.
more
So
before you publish your book?
there is something that it's already happening, which is called theta healing. Theta healing, it's a concept that where you tap into your theta brainwaves, and from there you start to shift things in your reality. So I was doing that for years, and in one certain point it stopped. It didn't work for me anymore. And I went to meditation, said, God, show me why this is not working anymore, because it was working very well. Now why it stopped? And he showed me that I have mastered that frequency of thoughts of my brain. And then I went to the next one, which is gamma. Also delta, but that one is a bit more complicated and I don't want to tap into it. But this one, it helps you to shift your frequency very fast. So is this famous scientist called Joe Dispenza that he has scientific proof that when you tap into your gamma brainwaves, you can shift realities very fast. So basically, I have created this program that helps you to shift the energy, but not only in the mind, also in the emotions, in the energy, and in the physical body, because we have chemical formulas in our body. Let's say you want to pay a bill and instantly you feel like maybe sick or worried. That's a chemical process in your body. I think someone wants some money. No? Okay. So you have to reprogram your body. There are some systems that I teach. So when I work, there is a formula which is called the life flow formula, and this formula has 4 elements, and each element needs to be worked separate. So the first element is energy, the second one is mentality, emotions, and system. So let me give you the simplest example ever. It's the body. To live in this body, we have a soul and an aura and a spirit, so we have energy. Then we have our mindset, the way we think, the way we speak, and so on. We have the energies, and then we have the physical body. Our body, the system, does the things automatically for us. So we have to apply this formula to everything we do. Either it's a relationship, either it's business, or some goal that we want to achieve. And when you go through this formula, you will understand why your project is happening or not. For example, give me a project that you want to do. So I'll apply the formula on it.
So, for example, if I want to have high paying clients only, okay, but somehow my brain can't accept that high, paying what amount I'm expecting, okay? So I'm always ending up the clients who keep increasing the work without increasing their budget. So they will always tell the same story. All of clients, they will tell the same story that this happened with them. Some previous companies actually already looted them, so blah, blah, so they have just less budget for now. So I need to work on the less budget for now, like blah blah blah. So and I'm not happy to work with the low budget because I need to means invest more energy, time, and my team hours, and I'm not paying off the amount I expect.
Like to pay. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
That's a great example. Let's go through the formula. So the first thing is the energy. We have to look at how much energy this project has. For that, you can use like a simple technique from Silva. So you just close your eyes and you just ask, show me what's the energy of my project of getting high premium clients. So let's say it's 20%. You can feel that energy, you can have it in your mind. So if it's 20%, is very low. You need to work on generating more energy. Then the first thing that I observed, it was like your mindset. I think that those people cannot pay me more. And that links with your self-worth and self-value. So when you start to work more on self-value and self-worth, your energy will shift, and then you'll get more clients paying better. Then we went to the emotions. You said these things makes you feel. How makes you feel the fact that they don't pay the right amount for your work?
It feels disappointed. Like, for example, I will tell you, me and my all friends, it always happens that whatever your work is, your all friends will be almost same field, okay? So, me and my friend, we are almost same field, okay? So, one client, I wanted to sell something and I was asking 5,000, which is a really low amount, okay? I was expecting that he will be happily paying me the 5,000, okay? But he was actually keep negotiating on the like 700, which is actually too low, not even
Oh
the
my God.
like
Yeah, yeah.
it was like disrespect for me. But later I came to know that that the same client actually paid for the same thing
To another
to
person.
my friend, not another person,
Yeah.
my friend, 35,000.
Oh my God.
But how
Yeah, yeah. Let's
exactly?
continue because this is where the formula kicks in. Yeah.
This is
So
something that
you felt
actually
disappointed and betrayed.
Yeah, I feel
Okay.
that means I was asking only 5,000, bro. You could afford 35,000, but the thing he got for is the same. So I started having self doubts that maybe I didn't present well, maybe I couldn't explain better,
Yeah. So
and the
that
other
takes
guy.
us to the last step, which is the system. But to be able to present the system in the right way, you need to fix the other three first. The emotions, I feel disappointed and betrayed. He didn't want to give me. You need to go a bit in your childhood and check out who didn't want to give you what you deserved. Who are the people? Maybe it was in school. For example, I always had this problem in school. They will tell me, yeah, you're so good, but you can do more. Why I'm not good just the way I am? And this affects you a lot. So going back to the formula, you have to also have another system of presenting. But being able to ask for 35,000 like your friend asked, you need to work on your worth, self-values, skill set, and what you really believe you can give at that to that person as value. You perceive the value, but also what he perceives as value. Because maybe he wasn't perceiving the right value. Maybe the way it was presented, he didn't felt like he's receiving a lot for the money.
Yeah, small money. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yes, you are right that we need to work on the three things first.
For because you have also the energy. You don't. The energy is the most important because if you don't have the energy to wake up in the morning, you won't do anything. If you don't have the mood to feel the vibe to have this podcast with me, you won't do it. Like, or you will do it will be like a boring podcast. But no, this is very entertaining. We're having fun, feeling good, enjoy ourselves.
Now you are means I can connect the dots because about the podcast thing, I wanted a girl 100% like you. There was not a clear picture of that, but like we met and now you are here,
Yeah, so you
and I'm
manifested
learning.
me.
I
That's
message you
good.
before meeting you. So it happens. Even the last guest I met, exactly the same. The guest or answers I wanted, and when she was just answering me, I was just like, it happened already. It happened already because that was what I was wishing for. So I just got my answer, I guess. So, well, there's anything else you want to share now?
I just let's keep on the track for because our topic was mainly for the people who are abused. So if you are in abuse situation, just find help, talk to someone, but don't talk with just a friend or some family because you have to go to someone specialized. An advice from a friend or a family or a mother doesn't equal with a specialized advice because people like me which are certified coaches and we are trained for like I have 15,000 hours of practice, we see the patterns very fast and we help you to shift it very fast. So if you are in abusive relationship, just find the courage to live because when you make that decision, the universe, God, whatever you believe in, is going to support you.
That's amazing message. So yes, guys, if any of you are facing something, please talk to someone, but the specialized one. Just make sure that he or she must be certified one.
But there are
Just don't
also,
go
sorry to
with.
interrupt you, but there are also legal institutions that can deal with that and they have certified people. So they can just contact there, they don't have to pay anything. I even know in countries there are shelters for abused women that where can go and sit with their kids while the process is happening.
But you know what? There is thing what I was explaining earlier. Maybe we missed somewhere that, for example, XYZ, she's a girl, okay? So XYZ is having a very beautiful home and she has kids, she has nice dresses, she has every single thing and she has money and she has means nice home and everything she has. And then how she can step out, okay? Because she knows that she needs to go to shelter, she needs to go to courts, she needs to prove that he was abusive or this and that, blah, 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 blah. And then the guy is powerful. So how she will manage this?
Yeah,
So
you
yes.
can manage. If you have time, I have a story for you. Okay, so I have this client, this woman in my community, because usually I have big communities in my home country. And she was texting me and saying, hey, he's abusing me. We are living in a house that he's paying for. Now he's doing something legally to be able to get me out of the house contract so I will receive no house and he wants to take my child too. So I said, okay. I applied the life force formula for her. I gave her the specific meditations and exercises that she needed to do. I put her in contact with a lawyer, practical stuff from the system, and with, I think, some charity organization helping women in this situation. So she did her energy work, her mindset and emotion, but also the system was present there through the people helping her. In 2 months, she managed to put the house on her name, keep the child, and get rid of the abuser.
Oh, yeah, that's amazing.
Everything has to do with your inner choice and your power. It doesn't matter how much money he has. I have this quote which it's always with me. I don't care how much powerful is this person, how influence can be Trump. I don't care. I have God. God is million times better than anyone on earth, and if he's on my side, things are gonna go great.
Trump. Okay, we're
No,
just
no,
taking
not
it.
in the wrong
Yeah.
situation. Like I mean, in terms of power.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. In the power,
power.
yes.
So I have God. If God is with me, I don't care. Something is gonna happen, and if I have to go through this situation, that means I have to shift something inside of me, and I accept it with the hardship that is coming. But I will be at the end of this period in a very good situation.
So I will just sum up now. Thank you so much. You shared a lot of stuff. Actually, she has a lot of stuff to share. Even we can have 4 hours, 5 hours, but still there will be a lot of things we can learn from her. So maybe another day. For today, we learned about one thing that if you are in abusive relationship, or your parents or whoever in your generation was, just check on you, because only you can check yourself if that previous past generational abuse affected you mentally, energy wise, or like emotionally.
And with the help of specialists, because you can't fix yourself. I couldn't fix myself by myself. I got to the point where I could do my energy work by myself and my shifting reality after maybe years of practice. But if you can't do it by yourself, just take a course. There are so many things that can teach you for free. If you don't have money, if you have money, go with the person you resonate with. But just don't stay in that situation.
So we learned this thing from her. And the second thing, which was my interest, was that how law of attraction works. And she guided very in much details that how law of attraction works for her always, and how it can work for anyone. Because what we heard earlier, or what we just learned from the movies or books or the YouTube videos, that it is all about thinking, that just to tell yourself or just write it or just keep reminding yourself. But now,
You have
just
to add
today,
frequency to it,
yes.
because when you do things only from one level, which is the mindset, and you don't take in consideration the energy, the mindset, and the system, then you are set up to fail. But when you reach that frequency and you do your affirmations in a state of totally belief and trust, there is different. There is another concept called embodiment that we can talk hours about. So I will just stop here, and I don't know how much time do we have.
So yes, so you need to do practical stuff as well, other than just believing. And that practical stuff, like you were quoting an example that a girl who is in village, she can't imagine a luxury lifestyle by being there. So at least she needs to move to some city, so she can actually see or believe, or at least can imagine stuff and experience. Yeah. So I would suggest that if you are not happy with your current situation, you should think about it, and you should relocate, change the city, change the circle. If you have a friend circle you are not happy with, or if you are not happy on means if you are not happy the job you are doing, so maybe you can just change it, and then find that exact energy or the exact place where you can actually at least imagine. The minimum thing you must need to do is that imagining what you want to have. Is it?
Yes, I was telling you, and I didn't finish the idea. We can change our life totally with a pen and a piece of paper. That's all.
Oh,
That's
wow.
where it started for me.
You mean journaling?
No journaling. It's creating my life consciously. So basically, I take a piece of paper and I start to write down every aspect of my life, how I want that aspect to be. from the house that I want to live in, the city that I want to live in, the partner that I want to have, the children that I want to have, how these relationships can be, from clothes, jewelry, health, emotion, inner state, like everything in details. So this is where we start, because people say, I have manifested my house in 14 days with no money. And I bought a gorgeous 4-bedroom villa with pool, parking space, and yard. I never thought that I will be able to do that, but I did it because I was very committed to the process. So when you start, the first thing and you want is to write it down, and then you stick to the plan. Like your vision, your concentration, your mindset should be to achieve that goal. For example, one of my goals that I achieved hard, because usually I achieve goals fast, it was to move to Dubai. So it took me 12 months. I was like, oh, my emotion system was everywhere.
And what was the hurdles? Means Dubai is open for everyone.
I wasn't open enough. So I had to work on my energy and shift my frequency and get rid of all the things that were stopping me. So I was coming also from a tough market, and I was trying to sell my house for 12 months now, and it wasn't selling because I needed the budget to move here and also to sell the house and the car. And then I was doing a lot of work on me, and I couldn't figure out why I'm not shifting the frequency, why I'm not there. My company is there. Why? So I did some deep work, and I realized that I was loyal to my country. So we have different type of loyalties. Loyalties of parents, for example. I can't make more money than my parents because then I will disrespect them or they won't love me anymore. For me, it was loyalty for my country. So in the moment that I shifted that inside of me, in couple of days, I moved to Dubai. I sold the house and everything.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing. So this was a very interesting podcast overall. It was nice to talk to you. I planned only 30 minutes and we already talked a lot. Well, this always happens in case of girls. Yeah, girls talk a lot. That's natural and that's fine also.
Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure to talk to you, and we went through so much together. I'm so happy that we could do this together.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much, guys, for watching this long podcast this time. And we will be coming with the next guest, inshallah, soon. You can say bye.
Bye.